Every region in America is special in its own way, and New England is no different.
During the summer of 22, the professor and his family took a road trip to the northeast of our country. We learned about and saw some amazing things on our travels, some of which will eventually become episodes. But one of our favorite stops was the Glastenview Maple Farm near Shaftsbury, Vermont, where we learned about the process of making maple syrup from Bill, the proprietor.
And the maple syrup there was so good that we even have a bottle at home. Let's check it out.
These are our maple trees right here, all right? This is a tap. We have 950 taps on our property, okay? This is a tap, this is a drop, and these are laterals. The sap gravity feeds down through the laterals to the black line, which is the main line, which is also on a slope. And at the end of each main line, we have our tanks.
Vermont is the biggest producer of maple syrup in the USA. Vermont supplies 1 to 2 million of gallons of it every year.
February 20th, I'll go around and I'll drill a hole in the tree, 1.5 inches to 2 inches deep, and I'll tap my taps in. And the freezing nights create a negative pressure in the tree, okay, and the sap is drawn up through the roots up into the tree. Daytime temperatures above freezing, there's a positive pressure created in the tree, and the sap is distributed out through the branches and also comes down the tree, and that's when we get it. Okay, each tap will produce between 10 and 15 gallons of sap, which is equal to about 1 quart of maple syrup. Okay, and we collect here right depends, you know, if we have a good year, it's right around 10,000 gallons of sap a season.
According to Bill, it takes about 40 gallons of sap to eventually make 1 gallon of maple syrup. Needless to say, you can't just tap into a maple tree and expect maple syrup as we know it to pour out.
And have you ever seen maple sap?
No.
Not by
Maple sap
itself.
is just like water. It's clear, just like water. If I was to hand you if I had a glass of water and a glass of sap, you wouldn't know the difference unless you tasted it. And the sap has a little sweetness to it, a little sweet, just like sugar water. There's no maple flavor, it's just a sweetness to it.
According to Bill, for the sap to get brown, you'd have to boil it down and the sugars caramelize, making it thick and brown.
Another question we had was if harvesting sap was damaging to the tree, to which we found out it was not.
No maple trees were harmed in the filming of this video.
It doesn't do anything to the maple trees. They've been, doing it for many, many moons, And you can see here the tree where the old taps, the tree will actually heal over. Okay, it takes 2 years for it to start to heal over.
We also learned that the temperatures of a season is a really important part of the process, and the wooded areas of places such as southern Canada and Vermont have the ideal climate to make the best maple syrup. Even the weather each day affects the output of sap.
As long as we have our freezing nights and our warm days, we'll get our sap, okay? If we have a warm night, there's no sap the next day, okay? Because it's the pressure, the pressure in the tree. We have about 8 to 10 boils through the season. Okay, what happens here is I'll go around. Once my tanks are all full, I have a 4-wheeler with a trailer on the back and a 300-gallon tank. Then I go gather it all. It takes about 4 hours to collect it. I bring it to the sugar house to make room for more sap to flow.
After learning about the trees, we went to a sugar house.
It was interesting to learn the process of making maple syrup. There is so much more to it than collecting sap from a tree. Inside the sugar house, we learned about the rest of the process.
Well, I have my sap. I bring my sap here. I have tanks set up here. I dump the sap into my tanks. And from my tanks, I pump my sap up through here into my head tank. Okay, then from the head tank, it comes down through here into my evaporator. Okay, this is the float box on the evaporator. This float box controls the whole level of sap throughout the whole unit. We get 60 gallons an hour evaporation rate. Okay, it's all wood fired. Here, this is our fire box.
Oh, wow.
That's where we put our wood. Okay.
Where do you put that, Ken?
And we fill that up about every 10 minutes. Once we get this going good, what we have to do is we are evaporating the water and we're caramelizing the sugars, okay? Maple syrup is 7 degrees over boiling temperature, so when it gets close to that number, right around the 218, 219 mark, we have to check the density of it. We do that with a hydrometer. Okay, we fill up our cup, and this is the hydrometer.
Yeah, you get it from making wine as well.
Yep, and that red line right there is 66.6% sugar, okay?
You want this?
So when that's floating, we're checking the density. When that's floating on top of our liquid, it's maple syrup. So once we make our maple syrup, we have an auto draw valve on here, okay? What happens is there's the probe in the front pan. What we do is once we know it's maple syrup, the temperature, we'll set the bottom temperature to the whatever temperature is supposed to be for the maple syrup. So once we make all our maple syrup, we have to filter it, okay? And we do that with a filter press right here. We run it's running off an air compressor and it's pushed through 6 paper filters. And what that does is, you can see here, this is unfiltered syrup, and this is the same syrup here filtered.
Did you know maple syrup gets grades, but it all tastes good to me?
Once we filter it, okay, we have to grade it, all right? And this here is a grading kit. It tells us our grades here.
What is buddy?
Okay, this tells us our grades, and it gives us our colors. Okay. So what we do is we fill up. We are filtered. We take a sample cup, we fill it up with syrup, and we put the sample cup in our grading kit, and then we hold the grading cup up.
I give all Mr. Bill's syrup an A+. Check out all the special types that are out there.
So once we make our maple syrup, we bottle it up. We also do specialties. We do a coffee bean infused. We do a cinnamon infused. We do a cardamom infused. We do a ginger root infused. We do a vanilla bean infused. And we tried a cocoa bean infused. We make maple cream. You know, have you ever had maple cream?
But to truly learn about maple syrup, it was important for the professor and his family to taste test different types of Glastenview Maple Farm has.
The darker, it's the dark color with a robust taste. It's more of a stronger maple flavor. Okay.
Oh, I like this one even more.
What do you think about it? Raina, what do you think?
Super good. Best food I've ever had. It's safe to say, really safe to say, that this is the best maple syrup I've ever tasted. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please, I like maple syrup, and I bet you do too. Keep checking back for new Kid Professor videos, please. No maple trees were harmed in this episode, just so no one gets mad.